right, let's go ahead and open up the doors to Daily with Doc. My name is Becca Dukes, and as the hostess of this program, it is my honor and privilege to be able to share with you what I found that actually made health simple for me. Because, folks, when you're told that you have 13 different poor health conditions and they have 17 different prescriptions they want you to take, it makes it kind of overwhelming. It really does. But health is simple. But we have to be able to realize that we are worth being intentional when it comes to the food that we eat and the nutrition that we choose. And on this episode of Daily with Doc, we are going to be talking about just that. What nutritionally the body absolutely requires to be able to not just survive, but actually thrive. So I was in barely survival mode until I found the doctor that we have on this program, on the radio, that somebody shared with me. So that just shows the importance of being thoughtful. As you are hearing something today, think of all of the people that you know that may be affected by some of the conditions that are mentioned in this program, and then share this program with them. We are on Facebook and YouTube and Rumble and Spotify and Twitter. You can follow us. Please do follow us. Give us some likes, subscribe to our channels, and then share away, whether it's individual or in your public place, because the information is life-changing, folks. Now, this program is for educational purposes only. It is not meant to take the place of your primary care physician. And our products that are mentioned, that Dr. Wallach is part of the original formulating crew on, because his work, his research, all of the decades and data points that came from the pathology that he did on over 452 species have gone into figuring out what is it that mankind actually needs to be able to do thriving. So he's helped save other mammals from extinction. He has found what was previously known as being genetic in humans only in animals. And he's also figured out what was the underlying cause. And that's the most important part, folks. We don't get here in poor health overnight. There's got to be an underlying cause. And that's one thing that we're going to be addressing today on Daily with Doc. So if you are live with us, thank you so much for joining us here live. If you are not live with us, you are welcome to do so. We are here Monday through Friday from 12 to 12:50-ish Pacific time at dailywithdoczoom.com. That's all together, dailywithdoczoom.com. We do on our website, dailywithdoc.com. We have a place where you can submit your questions. You can also subscribe to our newsletter. So please go over to dailywithdoc.com and submit your questions, subscribe to your newsletter. When you submit your questions, let us know if you're already taking some of the products that are mentioned on this program, or if you are sending in your questions because somebody referred you to. Let us know who we can thank, and we can make sure that if they are also one of our associates, with your permission, we will get the information to them also so that they know how best to assist you on this journey to wellness. So if you're here live with us and you would like to ask a question, go to that Zoom menu and raise your hand. You're going to find that under the reactions button on the Zoom menu. And you can just raise your hand. I'm going to be asking or calling on people in the order that their hands are raised. If you are out on YouTube and Facebook or some of the other platforms, go ahead and submit your questions there in the comments if you don't want to join us live. I do have some of my amazing co-hosts helping keep an eye on those. And as questions come up, if they're seen, then they will bring them into the show and we will ask them live on air as well. So without further ado, did I say the whole thing about our products are not meant to treat, diagnose, or cure any disease? Well, I just did. Thank you, Dr. Wallach. The FDA requires us to let you know that, folks. But the gentleman that we have on with us, he and his amazing attorney, who I hope to see in the White House in the near future, have sued the FDA 8 times and won, so that we can be here today telling the benefits of nutrition and specific nutrition that has been added to things like baby formula. Folks, you're going to hear a little more about that, I'm sure, as you know, these landmark, these benchmark things that Dr. Wallach has done in his short life have just been all about preserving the human life expectancy, expanding it, making it longer, and helping to weed out those things that are not necessary. So Dr. Wallach, welcome to Daily with Doc. Folks, if you do not know what the science of epigenetics is, you are in for a treat, as the doctor that we have with us is one of the founding fathers of that science. And epigenetics has proven the theory of disease transmission to be incorrect. So Dr. Wallach, tell us a little bit about genetics and why epigenetics says that genetics is incorrect.
Well, let's just say that at the turn of the 20th century, when doctors didn't know things, the science of genetics had just come along. And so it's a genetic thing. That would took the pressure off of them for having to know everything. It's a genetic thing. So they blame it on your family's genetics. Oh, you have 5 people in your family with diabetes, so it's genetic. And that was the level of science they had. If you had 5 people in your family or 2 people in your family with high blood pressure, it was genetic. If you had people in your family with arthritis, 3, 4, 5 people with arthritis, it was genetic. And that's where they came from that. And of course, it was all wrong. Everybody's eating the same food or the same deficiencies and so forth. Well, today we want to talk about the respiratory system. We all have one, fortunately. Oxygen, of course, is very important for every cell of our body. And respiration is, like everything else, very misunderstood. We all require oxygen. And the respiratory system in humans, like other mammals, is dependent on muscles, cartilage, bones, let's see here, nerves, little sacs called alveoli, and all this stuff, all the anatomy and so forth, and the nerves involved. And so when you breathe, your muscles make your chest get bigger. And so there's a vacuum there. And so air rushes in through your nose, down your trachea, into your lungs. And then when the air gets down into your lungs, it goes from the trachea down to the bronchioles, which are smaller tubes, and then microscopic bronchioles, which go to the alveoli, which are the little microscopic sacs. And the air, okay, not just oxygen, but the air goes in there. And the lungs have the job of sorting things out and putting it into the bloodstream, into the capillaries, little microscopic blood vessels, which then goes out to the heart, which then gets pumped out to the body, which goes to the brain and the liver and the lungs and the kidneys and the muscles and the bones and skin and every tissue in the body. And while it's out there pumping out the oxygen, it's collecting all the carbon dioxide, which come back to the lungs. And when you expire, when your chest gets smaller, you expire and everything, all the gases leave. And that's when the carbon dioxide goes away. And then your chest gets bigger because you inhale. Okay, your chest gets bigger, so you inhale. So then now that's that cycle. Okay, that's the basic stuff that we know about oxygen. Okay, now it's one of those things where the story that we have, epigenetics, of course, tells you there are no genetically transmitted diseases. And then the book Rare Earths and Cures goes into all the nutrients all of our tissues need to maintain themselves. We're talking about bones and cartilage and ligaments and tendons and connective tissue, which include the lungs. The lungs are full of muscles and connective tissue. Your trachea, your bronchial, are a lot of cartilage, okay? And your diaphragm is muscle and so on. And then, of course, your ribs are involved in respiration. Your throat and your ninth cranial nerve, which controls your glottis here, so you can either shut off your ear voluntarily or not, okay, kind of thing. Your voice, when you're talking, you're actually getting air coming out from your lungs or your trachea, out through your glottis, and you're able to talk, okay, make noise. And let's see here. Then, of course, we have the book, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, which goes into things you can do at home for lung issues. There's at least 12 essential oils, okay, that have been used historically. Some of the ones that I know off the top of my head are eucalyptus, rosemary, peppermint, oregano, frankincense, thyme, cinnamon, tea tree. And those are some of the ones that I know. And of course, they're all in the book, Let's Play Herbal Doctor. It goes along with the book Let's Play Doctor. And then, of course, Rare Earths and Cures, and the Wallach Revolution, which is 75 years of solving a lot of these problems. Okay.
Hey, Doc.
Yeah.
Passport to Aromatherapy is a great one too.
Well, there you go. Passport to Aromatherapy. Thank you for bringing that one up. Okay. Passport to Aromatherapy. That's exclusively on the aromatherapy oils. But those two books together will really give you a sense of what the herbalist used to do before antibiotics, okay? But that still works. It doesn't mean that when we have antibiotics that old science doesn't work. No, it still works. You can have this old science in your house. We have these products, and you'll pay wholesale prices for them if you get an auto ship, because you have kids in the family with asthma and all this kind of stuff. Asthma is a simple nutritional deficiency. It's not genetic, okay? Emphysema. You can have problems with your muscles in your chest, between your ribs. You can have your diaphragm muscle trouble. You can have cartilage troubles, okay? Emphysema. And you can be going through all the motions of breathing and not getting the maximum amount of oxygen you need and so forth. That's kind of emphysema. Of course, there are toxins like smoking, whether it's in a factory, you're working around all these machines that pump out bad stuff, or you're smoking cigarettes and cigars and that kind of stuff. They all have an impact on all our tissues in the body, including the very, very sensitive ones like the lungs, okay, which are these little alveoli and the little capillaries, little tubes, okay, called bronchioles. And so just think, the lungs are biochemical, and there you go again. Let's play herbal doctor, and the other one is
Passport to Aromatherapy.
Passport to Aromatherapy. Would you look at that? Okay, and so they're available to you again. If you buy 10 of any one of those books at the same time, you get a big discount. If you have a big group in your longevity family, your longevity business, you want to make it available to them, you might want to get 10 of one of those books, and you'll pay the wholesale price. And then when you sell it one by one to them, you sell it to the regular price, unless you want to, just kind of break even and get your money back and sell it to your people for the same price you paid for it. That's your choice. But information can add 25 to 50 healthy years to your life. And your lungs are very important because of getting rid of the bad stuff, the carbon dioxide and other bad fumes and things, and also taking in oxygen. Also, they kind of, in kind of a soft way, participate in circulation along with the heart, okay? Because every time you're breathing, you're it's kind of another pump kind of thing, okay? And so your lungs and all the associated tissues, whether there's the ribs and the intercostal muscles between the ribs, okay, and then the blood vessels and all that kind of stuff, the diaphragm, and your trachea, bronchi, alveoli, they all have to do with getting the oxygen to you and getting rid of the carbon dioxide and the other bad stuff. So I cannot say enough about that. And again, just a quick look at some of these aromatherapy oils: eucalyptus, rosemary, peppermint, oregano, frankincense, thyme, cinnamon, and tea tree. You'll notice a lot of these are used in cooking. Okay.
Oh, but hold on. So, Dr. Wallach, I want to make a disclaimer here. Okay. So the herbs themselves in their whole herbal form, whether it's aerial or root, are, for the most of them, are okay for ingestion or digestion, using them internally, ingesting them. But the essential oils, we do not promote ingesting. That's all through inhalation or through a carrier and used topically on the skin. So inhalation can be with a diffuser. I know when I travel, we have a couple amazing blends. One of them is called First Defense. I put just a couple drops on either a scarf that I'm wearing, or from those who wear masks, you can put a couple drops on the mask. And as you're in different areas, you're inhaling those herbs that are found to have those properties of antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral, just all these amazing things that happen. And I've seen CT scans, Dr. Wallach, where they will just have it in the air, like with a diffuser or through inhalation, just putting it under, this is one of my favorites, Elated, just like that. And then watching the CT scan and how things just open up and change colors and go from intense to relaxed, depending on the essential oil. It's amazing, Dr. Wallach. And when it comes to lungs, you had mentioned asthma. Asthma is one of the things that I dealt with. Absolutely nobody in my family dealt with asthma. I had a grandfather that had emphysema, but I never even met him. So, and his was from smoking. So to say that my asthma was genetic, and out of 6 kids, I was the only one.
Yeah, kindergarten figured that out.
Yeah, I wasn't buying that, Doc. And removing the foods that you had told me to remove and adding in the nutrition, especially those essential fatty acids with the 90, it all went away, and I haven't had any trouble since. That's 7 years ago, folks.
Yeah, well, see, the smart thing you did was take the 90, 16 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 omega 3 fatty acids, all of which your respiratory system needs. Okay, whether it's whether it's your trachea, your bronchi, your lungs, or the alveoli, they all need all those 90 essential nutrients. Okay, and these aromatherapy oils are things that actually help increase airflow and oxygen acceptance and getting rid of carbon dioxide when you have something going on, like a cold or any respiratory stuff. But asthma is a nutritional deficiency. And you take the essential fatty acids, they're essential fatty acids, or 16 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 3 essential fatty acids. And people with asthma, if they're eating gluten, wheat, butter, and oats, and eating buckwheat with phagopyrines, guess what? You can't absorb those things. And even if you're taking them orally, okay, you cannot absorb them, okay, because your intestines are damaged, okay, from the gluten and the phagopyrines. And so this is why the inhalation worked so well, because you didn't need to be able to absorb it in the old days. And so people who ate their bread and their spaghetti and they're getting their gluten, but they were getting for their asthma, they could inhale this. But if they were trying to get their essential fatty acids orally, not good.
Yeah, not good at all. So it's amazing, Dr. Wallach, the vastness of natural options that are available. I was told that my asthma was allergy induced. Okay. So I had allergies in spring, in fall, in winter, in the summer. So it's like all year round. But one thing that I experienced when I got on your program is my allergies diminished. So allergy induced or not, that's killing two birds with one stone. And there were multiple things where I was told I was allergic to, which now I have no issues with. So allergies then, in my experience, based on what I experienced, could be nutritional deficiencies also.
Well, that's true. There are no such things as diseases that are caused by genetics. Okay, when you have a birth defect like cystic fibrosis or muscular dystrophy or something like that, it's due to nutritional deficiency. You can have type 1 diabetes. That's not a genetic disease. That's a nutritional deficiency early in the life of the embryo when the beta cells are forming in the islets of Langerhans and the embryonic pancreas, and they don't have enough nutrition to perform the job correctly. So instead of having maybe 50 beta cells per islet of Langerhans, you may only have one or none. And so that's why you're a type 1 diabetic. Okay. And so even women who don't plan on having pregnancies, if they're sexually active, even though they're taking birth control, they still need to be taking all 90 essential nutrients in case conception does occur. You don't want to have a baby born with 3 or 4 or 5 different diseases. And the doctor said, well, it's a genetic thing. And that child has to deal with this the rest of their life. Okay. And so if the mother's taking all 90 essential nutrients, staying away from the bad stuff to maximize absorption, if pregnancy does occur, guess what? That baby will be more likely able to be born perfectly normal.
Yeah. And even if you're not planning on having kids, as Dr. Wallach was mentioning, think of the benefits that it's going to give you yourself and functioning daily. I mean, going through perimenopause, I don't think that I've had mood swings. Nobody tells me that I have. I'm still, is nice and sweet, and I'm able to control. I may have thoughts, but I'm able to control them. And it's all because of the nutrition, Dr. Wallach, and having that balance within my system without any specific system having a deprivation. And as you go through and you're recommending things to people is like, that's a lot. Well, yeah, you've got more than just one system within your body that needs nutrition. And these secret sauces help to address, one, the foundation. It adds to the foundation, I should say. And then the things that are going on because of a history of depletion that have affected certain areas. So I was talking to an individual, Dr. Wallach, before the call today, and he was going, have you heard of this? Have you heard of this? Have you heard of this? And I'm like, yeah, I've heard of those things. In fact, I've tried some of those things. And based on my experience, they did nothing for me. But when I got on Dr. Wallach's recommendations, I no longer even had to think about the need of those things that single nutrient has, quote unquote, been said to address. We're not a single nutrient deficient if we're deficient at all, are we? It's because yeah. I think taking a whole program, folks, you're hitting all 4 bases. In fact, you're going to hit it out of the park. For those of you who like baseball, my oldest son went to college on a baseball scholarship and did very well. And now as an adult, because we didn't know about the nutrition, he's got some aches and pains in his mid-30s, and we're using the nutrition, Dr. Wallach, to help strengthen his body back up because we didn't know.
Is he starting to see some benefit?
Oh, he loves the MSM Ultra with the on-the-go 90. He's like, it's quick, it's simple, and it helps to reduce the pain and inflammation. So it's never too late, folks. Never too late. But prevention is so much easier than having to be reactive. Well, Dr. Wallach, we have some hands that are up here, and I just want to make sure everybody knows that if you have a question, please raise your hand. Be ready to answer Dr. Wallach's questions, but just start out by providing male or female, age, weight and height, what the major health concern is, and don't forget that if you're on pharmaceuticals to manage something, you still have those things. Those are things that Dr. Wallach needs to know as well, because putting a mask over something does not make it go away. It's still something that needs to be addressed. And many times that pharmaceutical could be causing these other issues and preventing you from being able to find the wellness journey that you're looking for. So Dr. Wallach, let's go to the first hand up. And one more reminder. If you were referred to this program by anybody specific, please get back with them if you have additional questions. If you would like to get on the product, absolutely get back with the person that shared this program with you. This is a resource for an amazing community of health-minded people, whether they're health coaches or health advocates or certified holistic health coaches. This program is designed so that they have a place that they can get information right from the man himself. Why are you staring at me like that? On what they can do. I have your screen set up differently. Ignore those, Doc.
Okay.
Focus. So, folks, go ahead and get ready to listen fast, because he does speak fast, as you heard in the beginning of this program. But if you're here live with us, make sure that you have that chat option only, and you will be able to catch what Dr. Wallach is recommending through a snapshot or a screenshot from your phone. You can take a picture and then take it to the person that shared this program with you. If there is nobody to thank and you found this program on your own, then you are more than welcome to go to our website, dailywithdoc.com. Use that contact option there on the website, or I have a call team standing by for those who are not being serviced and who've never tried the longevity products before at 855-949-3377. Again, that's 855-949-3377. So Dr. Wallach, let's go to the first hand that is up. And we have with us an amazing coach that is part of a community who serves those mamas that are still in the childbearing ages as a doula. And Hattie, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Awesome. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Dr. Wallach, I'm part of a doula family, and the women are always asking questions. And today, two questions came to mind. One was, what is or how do you treat molluscum? MOLLUSCUM?
M-O.
Say it again. It's a MOLLUSCUM. It's supposed to be little tiny bumps that are contagious on the skin, but no one seems to know why they come and how to treat them.
Musculosum. Oh, yeah. Okay. Anytime you have a skin issue, you're looking at a nutritional deficiency. It's just that simple. 2/3 of the skin thickness is the same tissue that you find in your Achilles tendon. Okay, it's that connective tissue. And so you have to treat the connective tissue as well as the surface cells of the skin, as well as the hair follicles and so forth. So what they need to do is get rid of all the bad foods. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, barley, rye, and oats, no buckwheat. There's no gluten in buckwheat, but there is phagopyrines, F-A-G-O-pyrines, which are 10 times worse than gluten. No sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even the diet drinks got to go, and carbonated water got to go because they neutralize stomach acid, so you cannot absorb minerals or digest food. Don't forget to get the book, Dr. Wallach's Cooking Without the Bad Foods, 300 pages of safe recipes, and it has a good food, bad food list in it. Then, per 100 pounds of body weight, they need to take one healthy brain and heart pack per month. One healthy brain and heart pack per month. If they weigh 135 to 150 pounds, I'd have them take 2 healthy brain and heart packs a month. If they weigh 110 90 pounds, 120. I'd have him take one healthy brain and heart pack per month. Then I also want him to have the MSM. They go ahead and take 3 of those twice a day per 100 pounds of body weight. If they weigh 135 to 150, I'd have to get 2 bottles a month. So I can take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner time. And they support maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between vertebrae, bone makes bone itself. You also need the collagen peptides. Take a scoop of that, the morning drink, scoop of the evening drink. And then don't forget the hair, skin, and nails. Get 2 of those small bottles a month. Take 3 of those twice a day, the hair, skin, and nails. And that has very specific nutrients necessary for the skin itself, the hair follicles, and the fingernails, as the name implies. Okay. And they need to get rid of the bad stuff as well as do the good stuff, because if they just do the good stuff, don't get rid of the bad stuff, they're not going to efficiently absorb the good stuff. So you got to do both ends of the treatment. Get rid of the bad stuff and then take the good stuff. Do it all at the same time. And usually within 7 to 10 days, you're going to start seeing some benefit. And in 2 weeks, you're going to see some great benefit. And usually I always say, give me 90 days and, give us a call every couple of weeks. Let us know how they're going, because they will be glad. If they have itching kind of thing, pain in the skin, we do have the CM cream. They can apply the CM cream topically. You get anywhere from 2 to 4 to 6 hours of pain relief when you apply the CM cream to the skin. That's not only the skin, but the underlying tissues as well, because it'll be absorbed through the skin into the deeper tissues. Okay. And, I was chopping the weeds the other day. I use the CM cream beforehand. So that way I won't be sore afterwards. Okay. So, and the CM cream is very nice for that sort of stuff. Okay.
So, and one last thing, Dr. Wallach, was the baby was born and it had 2 amniotic sacs. Oh, Lord have mercy, I'm pronouncing that wrong.
Amniotic.
Yeah. Can't hear you.
Hattie, you got muted somehow, sweetheart. If somebody could, let me. Okay, try again, Natty. There you go.
And the baby was born with 2 amniotic sacs, and we were concerned because you're only supposed to have 1.
Okay, well, it was just getting twice as much nutrition as it was growing. So how much did the baby weigh when it was born?
I apologize, I don't have that information.
Yeah. Well, that baby was getting a lot of good nutrition if it had 2 sacs.
Okay, that's good to know then. All right.
Yeah, a twofer is good in that case.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Hattie. And let's go right over to the next hand that is up. And we have Carrie. Carrie, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Okay, I'm unmuted. Hi, Dr. Wallach.
Hi.
I have a male, my brother-in-law, who is 45 years old. He's 5'11". He weighs 320. He has nodules on his thyroid. He has a 5-centimeter nodule on one side and a 4-centimeter on the other.
Why am I hearing scratching in the background? I can hardly hear you.
You're hearing barking dogs. Would you like me to come back later, because there's a.
Oh, just go ahead. Okay, quickly.
Okay. He has nodules on his thyroid, 5 centimeters on one side and 4 centimeters on the other. And the doctors are saying that they have to remove his whole thyroid because the nodules started in his thyroid. He has very low testosterone. He took testosterone for a little while, but the doctor said it caused clots in his legs. So he has blood clots in his legs, low thyroid, not on a prescription.
Okay, so weighs 300 pounds, right?
320.
Okay, needs to get rid of all the bad foods. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, bran, rye, oats, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even the diet one's got to go. Okay, as well as carbonated water. And then a minimum of 2 healthy brain and heart packs. If finances are not a problem, I would go with 3 healthy brain and heart packs and take a dose of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If finances are an issue, don't go any less than 2. We can take a full dose of everything that's in the healthy brain and heart pack at breakfast and dinner, but optimally he would take 3 a day instead of 2 a day. And then he needs let's see here, the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. I'd have him take three times a day. There'll be 3 of those bottles a month of the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets, and that'll support healthy blood flow through blocked arteries in the brain, the heart, the kidneys, the legs, every place. Let's see here. He also is going to need the Zera test. I'm going to have 3 of those 3 times a day. That'll be 2 bottles a month of the Zera test. Take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, at dinner time. Okay. That's going to give him the raw materials for his body to make testosterone. I also want him to have the I-26. He needs the I-26 because 95% of testosterone is cholesterol. And of course, I'm sure the doctors have told him to stay away from cholesterol.
Right.
So he needs the I-26. Go ahead and he needs to take, I take 2 of the chewables 3 times a day. He could take 3 of the chewables 3 times a day, or we have the capsules and the powder. Okay. But also, I want him to have, let's see here. He needs 1 meal a day or a keto shake. 1 meal a day or keto shake. It's a meal replacer. It's not to add to a meal. It comes in chocolate and strawberry, but it's a meal replacer. It doesn't have to be the same meal every day. And he'll lose a half a pound to 2 pounds a day. Okay. Okay. Again, it's not to be given at the same time as any other meal. It's a meal replacer. Okay. Very important to appreciate that. And then, the thyroid, I want him to get 3 bottles a month of Ocean's Gold. So he can take 3 times a day. Ocean's Gold. That's going to rebuild his thyroid. And he needs to stay away from processed meats with nitrates in it, because nitrates are the ones that are killing the thyroid gland. No bacon, no ham, no hot dogs, no, none of that kind of stuff, because the nitrates in there. That was my first scientific paper I wrote when 500 sheep died in one night because they're getting nitrates in their drinking water, and the temperature dropped, and they all died of hypothermia. That was my first scientific paper where 500 sheep died in one night. Okay. And so I'm very familiar with thyroid issues. And so, yeah, when you have a thyroid issue, we deal with thyroid issues all over the world, and it's easy to get rid of in weeks. Okay. The thyroid responds very, very well when you stay away from the bad stuff, so you can absorb the good stuff. And then the Ocean's Gold. Okay. 3 of those 3 times a day, this big fella. We also have, if he wants, also, we have the, let's see here. We have the, what's the other?
Z radical, fucoid Z.
Oh, fucoid Z. That's what I'm looking for. Fucoid Z. You go ahead and take 3 of those 3 times a day. Also, it'd be 3 bottles a month of the fucoid Z if he wants. But at least if he takes the Ocean's Gold, okay, he's going to get enough to make his thyroid happy.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. He needs to get what he needs to tell his doctor. I'm going to ask some other opinions of other doctors, before I make any decision about surgeries and getting rid of this and getting rid of that. And so I'll be back to you in a couple of weeks or a month or something. Okay. And so.
Right. So just have him kind of extend his time before there's any.
Well, he shouldn't, when you have just kind of nodules in your thyroid gland, that tells you your thyroid gland is not happy. Okay. Because it's not getting the nutrition it wants. I'm sure this guy's eating some bacon and ham, and
he's in the South. He's in Tennessee. It's barbecue.
There you go. There you go. And that's he's having those issues.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Doc.
Yeah, thank you. We look forward to hearing from you in a couple of weeks, because you're going to have a great story.
I hope so. I'm going to try to get him to listen, but at least this is a start.
All right. Thank you, Carrie. And I saw your private message to me. Yes, my oldest will be 35 this year. So I am blessed to have
the 90 is your secret.
The 90 is my secret. I've got to get my before and after pictures, because the 90 is the only thing that I've done different. And to go from all that inflammation and pain and looking not my best.
Now, how much weight have you lost, Rebecca?
So I've lost 100 pounds, Dr. Wallach.
Amazing. Amazing.
In the last 7 years. And most of it was done in the first 4 years. And I've been able to keep it off, which is the nice thing. Except for coming to work for you, I gained 10 pounds and I had to lose it before going back to Virginia last week. So, but I was able to. But yes, folks, you give your body what it needs. So you're not just barely surviving and you're thriving. You're thriving all over. You're all over, mentally, physically, emotionally. It really makes a difference. So thank you so much for that sweet comment. All right, let's go to the next question or hand that is up, Dr. Wallach, and we have Sherry with a question. Go ahead, Sherry.
Good afternoon, Dr. Wallach. It's so
Hi.
good to see you today.
Thank you. Good to see you. How can we help you?
We have two questions. One is from a woman. She does not give her weight or height. She has menopause symptoms of mood swings and insomnia.
Okay. Well, she needs to get rid of all the bad foods. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, butter, iron, oats, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. It wouldn't hurt for her to get a hold of that book, Dr. Wallach's Cooking Without the Bad Foods. And then per 100 pounds of body weight, she needs 1 healthy brain and heart pack per month. 1 healthy brain and heart pack per month. If she weighs 135 pounds, she needs 2. She has menopausal problems. I didn't say MSM. She's the MSM. I want her to get 2 bottles a month of the MSM. She can take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner time. That's going to help her with cartilage and ligaments and tendons and connective tissue and all that kind of stuff. And then I want her to get 2 bottles a month of our Xerafem. And she can take 3 of those twice a day, the Xerafem. And the Xerafem is going to help her make more estrogen, okay? And help her through the menopause thing. We also have the I-26. I want her to have 2 servings of the I-26. If she weighs 135 pounds or less, she can have 2 servings of the I-26. It comes in powder, pills, and chewables. I like the chewables myself. I weigh 142 and I take 2-3 times a day of the chewables. Comes in 2 flavors. I like the vanilla ice cream one, but they do have one that's a banana coconut. Okay. And so that's where I would go with that. And she will be very, very happy with the results. Okay. Second question quickly.
Second question, 77-year-old female, 5'2", 180 pounds, osteoarthritis. She would like to know what to do.
Okay. None of the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, butter, iron, oats, no sugar, no carbonated drinks, no buckwheat, no carbonated water, no carbonated diet drinks. And then I want her to have 2 healthy brain and heart packs a month, a full dose, everything twice a day. I want her to have 2 bottles a month of the MSM. So you can take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner, and they're going to support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone, breaks the bone itself. And she can use our CM cream topically on her knees, her hips, her shoulders, her neck, or her hips, no matter, her toes, wherever she has pain. That'll give her 2 to 4 hours of pain relief, but it'll only take a couple of days and she'll start seeing benefit, okay, from the MSM and the collagen peptides she needs to scoop with that with her morning drink, scoop with her evening drink. And don't forget the 90 essential nutrients. Okay, you can't just take the secret sauces. You take the secret sauces with the 90 essential nutrients, you're going to get the results. And let's see here. If she's only 5 foot tall and she needs to lose 60 pounds or 80 pounds or something like that, she can use 1 meal a day or a keto shake, and she'll lose half a pound to 2 pounds a day. Okay, and it's a meal replacer. It's not a to add to a meal. All right, and so since we don't know anything about how tall she is and stuff like that. Oh, she's 5'2", yeah, 180 pounds. So she does need the keto shake, and it's a meal replacer. It's not to be added to a meal. It's a meal replacer. Okay, the keto shake. Okay.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Keep us informed. Call us every couple of weeks because people want to hear whatever happened to these folks. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Sherry. And folks, you can find the replay as we are live streaming on YouTube, Facebook, Rumble. Make sure that you are following Critical Health News on other platforms. We are also daily with Doc. So depending on what your favorite platform is, do a search for Critical Health News and make sure that it has CHN with a red line under it, or Daily with Doc, which has our logo, Daily with Doc logo on it on our channels. There, you'll be able to find the live stream and replay. You can go through and listen, stop, and most importantly, share it with others. If you have questions of your own, go ahead and type those in the comments and let us know that you are watching the replay. So Dr. Wallach, let's go ahead and go to the next hand that is up. And Courtney, go ahead, unmute yourself, and welcome to Daily with Doc.
Hi, Dr. Wallach. Today, I have a question about a female in her 40s. She's 5'2", very active, no pains or anything, but she has severe plantar fasciitis.
Okay, plantar fasciitis has to do with the connective tissue in the bottom of the foot. Okay, the plantar is the bottom part of the foot. But if you have that there, you got it other places. It's just not as, you're not aware as much because there's no weight bearing on some other place, right? And so, let's see here. She's 5'2", and she weighs how much?
I'm sorry, 180.
180. Okay, 180 pounds. Yeah, 5'2". I'd say she's probably at least 60 pounds, maybe even 80 pounds overweight, so something like 60 pounds overweight. So she needs one meal a day, our keto shake. Okay. And again, it's a meal replacer, not to be added to a meal. Doesn't have to be the same meal every day. Then I want her to have 2 of the Healthy Brain and Heart packs per month, a full dose of everything twice a day. Don't forget that keto shake. Okay. And then she needs 2 Healthy Brain and Heart packs per month, a full dose of everything twice a day. She needs 2 bottles a month of the MSM, so you can take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, at dinner time, so you can rebuild the fascia, that connective tissue in the bottom of the foot. And of course, the connective tissue like that is found in the hips and the shoulders and the back and every place else, okay, and the skin. And so she's going to get benefit in places where she's not yet complaining about. Okay. And then she needs the MSM, I said, 2 bottles a month. She can take 3 of those 3 times a day. She needs the collagen peptides to scoop with either morning drink or other evening drink. And then I want her also to have the CM cream. She can put the CM cream between her toes. She can put it on the bottom of her foot. And I didn't have her put it on the bottom of her foot about 10, 15 minutes before she stands on her feet. In other words, keep her feet up. Don't put it on her foot and start walking right away. Okay,
Mhm.
put it on and leave it absorb and so forth. And then she'll be pain free for 2 to 4 hours. Okay.
Okay.
And then we want to hear from her every couple of weeks because she's going to have a great story. It's a very common thing, and it's very, very easily dealt with. And it's not genetic. It has nothing to do with age. It has nothing to do with standing on your feet all day. It's due to a nutritional deficiency. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Courtney.
All right. Thank you, Courtney. And that is right. Plantar fasciitis is not from standing on your feet all day, folks. I sat in an office and even through bed rest, I was not on my feet and had it. Oh, it's horrific pain. My heart breaks for those who still deal with it. You don't have to. Listen up. Go back, listen to the replay, and get yourself on the nutrition you deserve, folks. Dr. Wallach, let's go to AJ. AJ, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello, AJ.
Hello, Doc. How are you today?
Fine, sir. Thank you. How can we help you?
I have a woman who is dealing with a detached Achilles tendon, and she wants to know what longevity products can help her so that she can avoid surgery.
Okay. Well, is it totally disrupted off the bone?
I got it through email. It just says detached Achilles tendon.
Okay. Well, she needs to go to a chiropractor and see if it's still in place. Go to a chiropractor to see if it's in place, to see if it can, through traction, be put into proper approximation to her heel, to where it belongs, or if it's the other end. We need to know a little more information there. But if it's actually totally detached and it's shrunk and it's 2 inches away from the bone, that's going to require some surgery to do that. Okay. If it's just stretched, that's a different story. Okay. If it's partially detached, where you still have 25% or 50% attached to the bone, that's a different story. But if it's totally detached and it's shrunk and it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches away from the bone, then that's a surgical process. Okay. But again, none of the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, butter, rye, oats, no buckwheat, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. The diet drinks need to go, and also carbonated water. And then per 100 pounds of body weight, 1 Healthy Brain and Heart pack per month. Weighs 135 pounds or more, 2 Healthy Brain and Heart packs per month. It needs the MSM, 3 of those 3 times a day. It'll be 2 bottles a month to support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, including the Achilles tendon. Okay. Also needs the collagen peptides, the scuba dive, the morning drinks, we have the evening drink. And then the CM cream for putting on the heel to reduce swelling and pain. And as far up as, the back of the leg is necessary to catch up with that Achilles tendon. But we need to know more. Is it totally detached? And it is a surgical event here. Okay.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you, AJ. All right.
Thank you so much, AJ. Dr. Wallach, one more quick one. So we have Bernadette out on YouTube wanting to know what is the best thing she can do to help give up cigarettes and nicotine.
Okay. When you're smoking and you're addicted to nicotine, you need to get addicted to nutrition. Okay. So here's where she needs to take our 90 essential nutrients, get on 1 healthy brain and heart pack per 100 pounds of body weight. She needs the MSM, 3 of those twice a day per 100 pounds of body weight. She needs collagen peptides, a scuba with other morning drinks, with other evening drink. She also needs the rebound or sports drink. Every time she wants a cigarette or to chew tobacco or whatever she's doing, she needs to take a full round of the rebound drink. I mean, I had mine for breakfast this morning. I had my rebound. It's a 75 minerals and 25 vitamins and amino acids. And so she'll get re-addicted to the good stuff if she keeps taking it whenever she's craving the cigarettes and the tobacco or whatever she is, chewing tobacco or cigars or whatever she's doing. Okay. But it's doable, but she's going to have to be very, very proactive here. Okay. I do apologize, but I do have to run.
Yes, you do. Thank you so much again, Dr. Wallach, for being here with us on Daily with Doc. Folks, I hope that you were able to glean some information from today's show. And one thing that I wanted to add to what Dr. Wallach was just recommending, in addition to the nutrition, when we're looking at giving up things that we're addicted to, because addictions are usually caused by a couple different things. One of them could be situational. One of them could be some type of trauma that has happened that then you find comfort in something else, or it's an escape, but it can also be nutritional. Now, as you're going through the program and you get that nutrition going into the body, especially in the beginning, you're going to have those moments where you still, because of habit, have that longing, that desire. And throughout the program, we were talking about essential oils. Black pepper essential oil is amazing for helping to curb those cravings. And it just takes, like I did earlier with the Elated that I have here on my desk, a couple times, big deep breath underneath, anytime you have a craving, and it helps to curb that craving. So there's this book that I'm working with the author to make sure that we can get it available. And then, whether we're selling it as a PDF or they just let us have that available to be able to share as a PDF at no cost to you. I have an amazing book that is called Foundational Aromatherapy. Now, it is no longer being printed, so I'm hoping that I can get the ebook available to all of you and have that to you on dailywithdoc.com. So make sure you go to the website, make sure that you are subscribed to our newsletter, and as I get this permission and have it available, I will put out in the newsletter that it is available. So please make sure that you are subscribed and following us. This is an amazing, amazing resource. It's pretty thick, and it goes through all the individual essential oils, including blends, what they're best used for, and the not tos, who should not be using specific oils. And, with essential oils, folks, more is not always better. Okay. Their benefits are powerful when it comes to aromatherapy and how they affect the body and the cells. And it's just incredible. So getting more education on the use of essential oil when we're looking at these alternative modalities to the general medical matrix that is failing so many, we welcome you to explore the more natural side of health and wellness. If I could get my co-hosts up with me, I would greatly appreciate that, as I could not do this without them. We have Ruth Ellen Sanchez, my executive production manager, who makes sure everything is lined up, helps with the training of the co-hosts, and takes a lot of things off my plate so that I can focus on the content. So I thank her very much, and her assistant, AJ, who has been very instrumental in helping us get on these additional platforms and making sure that everything is running smoothly there, as well as he is coming to us with sports nutrition as his forte, with a passion for helping, especially the younger generation, and helping them prevent these things of breakdown caused in older age. And then we have the amazing Sherry Browning also coming to us from the health coaching side of life, where she's been a health coach in different realms for many years, but found our certified holistic health coach program through the Institute of Holistic Health, where it went deeper into the 4 areas of health, how they're affected by nutritional deficiencies, and using the longevity products as solutions. Folks, I tried many solutions before, but that didn't work. And until I found longevity and their products and put them as alternative solutions into my own health, that is when I started finding that wellness, lost the weight, regained some youth. And I am just so thankful that I'm able to use my story to help encourage others. Now, results are not going to be typical for everybody. Folks, your intentionality and what you put into your body and what you don't put into your body plays a huge factor into that. And realizing that you are worth letting go some of those comfort things, some of those things that somebody told you was healthy, and now Dr. Wallach is saying, no, they're not. Well, I gave him 90 days and found that, he's right. So Sherry is now using our nutritional answers in her practice and really helping a lot of people. So I am thankful that she is willing to join us here with this, because she could be doing a whole lot of other things with her time, as with all of my co-hosts. But our heart is to help everybody and make a great resource. And then we also have Marilyn Pizzera Spears, who also amazing heart for others. She's a researcher, folks, that she goes deep into stuff, really deep. And as you can tell, if you're here on live with us on the Zoom, she's an amazing typist and does the dictation as Dr. Wallach is going through the different protocols and sharing information. And I just want to thank her for using those skills that she has and helping promote what we are promoting here, that is, for people in a hopeless situation. We have so many people where this was their last hope. I'm one of them. And it made such a difference that they even within 2 months got a license plate promoting the lifestyle change that they have made, like my dear sister, Ruth Ellen. So folks, give us 90 days, give longevity 90 days, actually give Dr. Wallach 90 days, because these are his recommendations, products that he has been instrumental in the formulation of and standing behind since the beginning. And when you can't find exactly what you're looking for, you create it. And the thing that I love the biggest thing that I love about what Dr. Wallach has created is the integrity in quality ingredients with no compromise. So go to dailywithdoc.com. You will find replays of our past programming and the good foods, bad foods list that Dr. Wallach mentioned many times, the things you want to avoid, and also the things that you want to include in your diet. We also have a store there. And if you have questions, not sure what you need to get started on, we also have an option there. What do I get started on? And you can request a free 15-minute consultation. Now, this is for those who are not working with somebody that is associated with longevity in any way, shape, or form. If you are working with them, get back with them. Say, hey, I found the content of that program to be incredible. This is what I have going on. Can you help me figure out what it is that I need to get started on? If you were shared this program by somebody, it's very possible that they also are part of our community in this crusade to provide wellness around the world. Now, I want to do a special little shout out for all of our radio listeners that are listening with us on KSCO, as that is where Dr. Wallach started. That's where I started, actually, with my own radio program. And now I'm able to bring this one to you 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, from 12 to 12:50-ish Pacific time on KSCO, KOMY, and many, many others that I don't have the list in front of me. So I'm hoping to get that list. But folks, you're worth it. Take the time to invest intentionally in yourself, in your family. The more you focus on yourself, the better you'll be able to be available for your family. So until next time, my name is Becca Dukes. Thank you so much for joining us here on Daily with Doc. Bye for now.